A report broke saying that Lunin is close to signing for them. And this came out of nowhere because I haven't seen Lunin getting linked to Chelsea anywhere aside from this. And I think he's a really good goalkeeper. I don't want to lose Lunin, but I understand if he wants to leave Real Madrid. Last season, I know a lot of people don't watch us in La Liga, right? A lot of you guys don't watch us week in, week out. And fair enough. If it's not your team, why would you? Right? Like, why would you be watching like Real Madrid versus Girona? Right? Like Real Madrid versus friggin' like Villarreal. I get it. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. Lunin last season was one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Courtois went down early in the season before it even really started. Madrid went into the loan market and brought in Kepa. Kepa was supposed to be the number one last season. And Carlo tried to force him to do that, right? He didn't really want to give Lunin a chance. But Lunin outplayed Kepa so much that Carlo had no choice but to start this guy week in, week out. And his performances last season were amazing. Week in, week out. Every single game. Making big saves. Looking composed in the back. I'd go as far to say, last season, we didn't miss Courtois. We didn't. That's how well Lunin played. I felt confident with him at goalkeeper. He made some mistakes, which is to be expected. But he cooked. That Champions League performance. You guys saw him in that penalty shootout. You guys saw him making those big saves. He is a really good goalkeeper. He didn't have the best Euros, right? I don't know what was going on there. I guess, look, when you got Zinchenko as your left back, who's getting cooked all damn tournament, yeah, that would put the defense and goalkeeper under a little bit of pressure. So I'm going to give my guy Lunin some grace here. But he is a player that I do want us to keep. Now, the thing with Lunin is he has to make up his mind very soon on what he wants to do. Because I do believe he wants to get more game time. But at Madrid, with Courtois, who's arguably the best keeper in the world, that's not going to be promised to him. So, with him only having 12 months left on his deal, you either sign an extension or you have to leave now, right? I don't want to lose Lunin for free. And I think Chelsea presents him an excellent chance to be a number one keeper right away. He's better than Sanchez. He's better than Petrovic. Lunin doesn't really have that many weaknesses. He can play out from the back. He has good hands. He comes out for crosses. He's a big goalkeeper as well. So it would be a good signing, in my opinion, for Chelsea if they're able to get this deal done. But I want him to stay. I can tell you somebody that does want him to leave, and that's Kepa, right? Because Kepa wants to come back to Real Madrid. This guy was living a fairy tale last season. He went from having to live in London, having to be at Chelsea, to having a nice 12 months in Madrid. Won La Liga, Spanish Super Cup, the Champions League. This guy is kicking ball with freaking Rudiger, right? Danny Carvajal, Chouameni, Camavinga, Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, Jude Bellingham, Fede Valverde, Arda Güler, Vinicius, Rodrigo. And then he has to come back? I was saying it last season. I was like, yo, somebody got to check on Kepa's mental health. Because, like, to now have to go back to Chelsea and play there versus staying in Spain, the weather is better, the food is better. Yeah, that could probably be very taxing on your mental health. And all the reports are saying that Kepa is waiting to see what happens with Lunin. Because if Lunin ends up leaving Madrid, the club want to bring Kepa back as our number two. Now, I don't really want Kepa as a number 2 because God forbid an injury happens. I don't know if I feel comfortable with him starting week in, week out. I think when he did start for us last season, he was okay, but Lunin was just so much better than him that it wasn't even close. But yeah, anyways, aside from Kepa, I think Lunin is going to think about leaving for sure. This is why he hasn't signed a new deal yet. I mean, it's pretty obvious. His agent's probably taking calls from teams, seeing what his market is, seeing who's interested in him, seeing what would be the best fit for him. And if his main priority is just being a number 1, then I think Chelsea presents him a good opportunity. And again, I already told you guys, I think Chelsea next season are going to do well. I think they're going to compete for top 4, top 5. I think they are going to win the Conference League, and they are going to go deep in the domestic cups. That has to be the expectations for them. And I'd be more confident of those predictions if they did have a goalkeeper like Lunin, because he is that good. I want him to stay. I want him to sign a new contract. And then whenever Courtois leaves, I think Lunin should be the number 1. But if he leaves, can't blame him. He's 25 years old, and he wants to get more game time. Fair enough. So let me know what you guys think about Lunin possibly heading to Chelsea. Is this a good deal or nah? You're not really feeling it.